We the Fans is the #1 sponsor in battle rap. My name is Frank White, and I probably contributed to some of your favorite battles. I mean, in the last 4 years, I donated $222,000 to battle rap for the culture. Check out We the Fans Global on Instagram for the full catalog of battles I sponsor. And follow We the Fans Global on YouTube to watch full battle breakdowns from a sponsor's perspective and a recommendation for what battles should be booked next. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe and keep stepping into your greatness. We the Fans is for the culture.
Oh, we here, part two. It's official. Core, you was in your bag, so here we get to it. So essentially, what I was saying was I sponsored the whole event, and my analysis of everything that came back is that battle rap is a place where you can make your money, the money that you spent back, but this isn't a kind of thing where you're gonna double your money or like some big come up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe there is somebody out there who figured out how to triple, double their money. But I think a lot of leagues are either operating in the red or right above, how much they spent, but not really making a profit like that. What
Do
are your
you
thoughts?
agree that maybe it needs to be looked at as a side hustle?
I feel like it needs to be treated as a side hustle, but not looked at as a side hustle. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I
Like,
also go ahead.
no, no, no. You go first.
Um, do you feel like maybe, and this could help, maybe the format and what leagues are doing, that they're just copycatting each other, that there's no real innovators to like
Yes,
bring
a
some
hundred
new
percent,
type of
a hundred percent,
business
a hundred
acumen
percent.
to battle rap.
Yes. Yes. There's no risk being taken. People are copying the predecessors and they're diluting it. Once you make a copy of a copy, every time you copy it, you're diluting it and making it less the quality of the first initial thing. So I think that there's needs to be new environments that battles are shot in. There needs to be new settings. Why aren't for the anime battle rappers? Why aren't they at the anime conventions like Comic Con and all that doing battles there? Why aren't the street dudes doing all drug talk battle events in Medellin? Like there's a random example, but just like there needs to
That's
be
like
bigger.
fire.
You feel what I'm saying? Like that would be crazy, but like bigger risk taking. Why aren't there more country versus country battles? Why is there no Olympic style battle events? Why are there no themes? Like there's so many more themes to explore, but I feel like there's so much copying and so little risk taking, so little innovation, and also so much politics. Like, and when I say politics, I'm really just saying ego getting in the way of great business happening. The ego and the interpersonal squabbles get in the way of some of the best things happening in battle rap.
I agree with you. Agree with you
Mhm,
100%. I think some
mhm,
of these things were implemented, and
mhm.
I think I don't know when it was lost. Like World Dom is coming up. I'm on
Love it.
World Dom. I'm
Love it.
battling Bobby Rex on beat.
Fire.
Right. So
Fire.
day two is nothing but beat battles. Day one is main
Mhm,
event battles.
mhm,
The concept of World Dom
mhm,
is supposed to be country and country. You know.
mhm, mhm.
Um, I always like that concept.
Me too.
I
But then
felt
you
like
got A Ward versus Jazz. That's not really country versus country. You know what I'm saying?
no, that's what I'm saying. Where sometimes like it's lost for the benefit of
Selling
getting
more
a
tickets.
main event,
Yep.
selling a ticket,
Yep.
and getting a main
Yep.
event.
Yep.
I also feel like when you talking about, because we was talking about pay scale,
Mhm.
I don't. I just think sometimes battlers just shouldn't be paid. They just shouldn't be paid because they're not. If you're not gonna generate no money, you're just not gonna generate no money. There's a lot of times in hip hop in the industry when you're an up and coming artist where you're doing things for free,
A
and you
hundred
might be
percent.
doing things for free for a long time. You're
Mhm,
also taking up space if you're constantly battling and you're not bringing in any type of money. It keeps it kind of exclusive to the guys that really do this and make the money.
mhm,
If you take away the money from early battlers making money. When I came in, I was on grind time,
mhm,
and the deal was your first five battles, depending on your record, then you can get paid, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, I didn't get paid until I battled Conceited. So I battled
Mm-hmm.
SoCon for free. I battled Real Deal for free. Battled KM for free. Complex, all these guys for free.
Mm-hmm.
It helped me build my resume and it gave me a goal to reach. So I knew to take my performances serious because I was like, once I get to the 5 mark, I can get paid. I didn't get paid until Conceited. I didn't get paid for Head Ice, but it was an opportunity. I didn't get paid for X Factor, but it was an opportunity.
Damn.
Hitman Holla was the first time I got a real nice check. I
Amazing.
was already battling almost a year and a half, 2 years by then.
Damn.
But I've already showed that I had some value and that I was a marquee name. Um, I think battlers are getting on these small leagues and they want to be paid.
Mm-hmm.
Now, from the battle rapper's point of view, a battle rapper that's up and coming, but he wants to make some money. Then work it out with the league where you sit there and say, yo, can I sell some tickets? Give me 20 tickets and I'm going to have my peoples come and I'll split the tickets with you. So if we selling tickets for $20, I keep 10, you keep 10, right?
Fire.
Now the
Fire.
league is going to sit there and say, all right, cool. So Cortez, here's 20 tickets. You battling in a month. Now you bring your whole hood out. Now, I used to do that with open mics. I
Mm-hmm.
used to sell 20 to 50 tickets at open mics. And I would split the cost. Right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
they in open mic culture, anybody that knows, you usually pay for your slot. Now,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes these open mics be trash because a nigga will just pay for the slot and his music be terrible. Do you get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But
Facts.
but his whole hood, but his whole hood is with him because he sold the tickets. Now,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes what dudes would do is they would just pay, yo, 300. All right, you know what? I'm gonna pay 300 for the slot. I got
Mm-hmm.
30 tickets, right? I'm gonna sell them at 20. And if you can't sell it, you already paid the 300, right? So it's like, yo, you know what? I paid $300. Now I'm gonna go to my block. Yo, everybody, I'm performing
Mm-hmm.
tonight
Pull
at
up.
this spot. Here's a
Mm-hmm.
ticket. Here's a ticket. Here's a ticket. Let's just mob out. Everybody's in for free because you know at
Mm-hmm.
least you'll get the ball. Now you bringing
Mm-hmm.
money. The league don't know that I paid $300 and everybody's in there for free. But what they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna say is, yo, Core brought 30 people to the event. And not only did they all pay because they all had a ticket, they all supported the bar. They all bought a drink. You know
Bingo.
what? I can pay Cortez for the next battle. Now we talking pennies, $300, $500. You know, like we're not
But it
talking like
adds up though.
it adds up to value when you're on a smaller league, like the league, like the
Mm-hmm.
like the shit that you invested in, right? So
Mm-hmm.
now that you invested in that event, your budget did not have to go to any of the battlers because I don't think anybody should have been paid except who was the main events that backed out? Bill Collector and
Yeah, Ace and Slade couldn't go down, and Bill Collector and Wusa couldn't go down.
okay, no disrespect to Wusa. But
Mm-hmm.
Wusa, that's kind of his home league. So let's say
Yeah.
Wusa would have got the low end of that, right? But
Mm-hmm.
Bill would have
Mm-hmm.
got a bag, Kid Slade
Mm-hmm.
would have got a bag, and Ace
Mm-hmm.
would have got a bag, right?
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
ended up not showing up, so you saved that money. Now, of course, you probably put a deposit on all of them. You get what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So that's one
Mm-hmm.
thing. But if you sold tickets with them, even if they didn't show up, the day of, you use their names to sell tickets. Now if you announce that it's canceled days in advance or weeks in advance, then you can't say that you use them to sell tickets. So
That's real.
that's another situation you got to talk
That's
about
a
because a
whole
lot of
other
leagues don't
aspect.
say nothing and let you think these guys are there, and then they still
Mm-hmm.
want that deposit back, and that's not cool either. You use my name to promo up until the day of, and you knew I wasn't going to show up 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's another fucked up thing. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
right, cool. You save your money with Kid Slade, Bill Collector, and Ace, right?
Well, it didn't
Cool.
really save money. What ended up happening in this specific situation, Ace had a situation, couldn't make the battle, still paid Slade his full, and then Ace made up the battle, Wu made up the battle.
hmm
Yeah. And then I think Bill got his too. Free Bill, by the way.
Okay,
But
so
yeah.
okay, yeah, okay, so it just got pushed on, delayed. to
Yeah,
another
they
time.
ended up doing, those who couldn't make it ended up doing battles to make up for it, and then the ones who could make it got paid.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
So whatever it is, you worked it out. But what I'm
yeah,
saying
you
is, though,
worked it out.
most of
Worked
that
it out.
budget wouldn't have had to go to any of the other battle rappers. So
Yeah,
now you're working with a lot more to make your money back. You understand
yeah,
what I'm saying? Or
yeah.
it can be invested in other things like promo on YouTube, promo
Hmm. Hmm.
on the pay-per-view, promo, maybe the editing, maybe the highlight clips, maybe whatever the
Hmm.
fuck you wanted to do with that extra money you could have did in order to make this event bigger and bring
Hmm.
more eyes to it, or make certain guys just look bigger than what they are as you're
Hmm.
building their brand. You
Hmm.
understand? So
Hmm.
I would do things like that. I will go to open mics, go to events, and pay. Now the thing is, I don't think these battle rappers should be getting paid, but on their end, since I'm a
Hmm.
battle rapper, I don't want them to sit there and say, "Cool, you got to fight for us. Why shouldn't we be paid? We got
Hmm.
I have a job and I got to write 3 minutes, 3 rounds, bust my brain, da da da, and you want me to do that for free for mad long? You're a new battle rapper. You shouldn't be battling for 3 minutes. I don't know who you are. I don't want to hear you rap for 3 minutes.
That's tough. That's
I
tough.
don't want to hear somebody. I don't want to hear backpack Billy rapping for 3 minutes. I don't know you. I will know if you're dope hearing you rap a minute. When we came
Mm,
in and it was grind time
mhm,
built a lot of stars. And grind
mhm,
time was 60 seconds. That's
mm,
all you needed to know. Core's
mm.
fire, DNA's fire, Conceited fire. We know
John
who
John's
Ilmac
fire.
is. We
Yeah,
know who
yeah,
Thesaurus is. Hollow the
yeah,
Dawn. You get what I'm saying? Swave
yeah,
Sever,
yeah,
Disaster.
yeah.
We didn't. You didn't
Awkwards.
need to hear.
Yeah.
You didn't need to hear niggas rapping for 3 minutes, for 9 minutes, and then hear another guy rap for 9 minutes, and niggas is stumbling, and niggas is forcing punchlines, and his man is hyping them up, and he's just saying some regular shit, but they amping it like it's
Mm.
the craziest shit, and niggas is stopping him every 20 seconds. He gotta bring it back, and next thing you know, I'm watching Backpack Billy versus Saturn Sal for a 45-minute battle.
45 minutes. Yep, 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 yep. Exactly. And that happens a lot now.
I don't. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Yeah,
You get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. You're
Short,
right.
straight to the point, and concisive. When you graduate to a 3 minute, 3 round battle, is when you're
Hmm.
on URL. It's when you're on King of the Dot. It's when you're on a major card, and that separates also the saturation, because it's like you're coming in on a development league or a brand, or off-brand league. You're building
Hmm.
your resume, you're building
Hmm.
your habits, your routine, your style, what type of delivery you need, and what
Hmm.
people want to hear from you, and figuring out what they want to hear from you in short, quick bursts. When you watch college basketball, it's two halves. When you watch the NBA, it's 4 quarters. It's 40 minutes opposed to 48 minutes. Every major entertainment industry has set up like that. It shouldn't be where NXT and WWE, the events are running at the same amount. It doesn't make no sense. You get what
Mm.
I'm saying? I
I
don't
do.
want to, and it's not a knock to them. But now, yeah, you battling for free, but bro, you're writing 1 round and breaking it up as 3 rounds. You're building your repetition. You're building your audience, and you're building your stuff. If you have a fire battle, and it's
Hmm.
only, you look at the YouTube and that shit says 12, 13 minutes.
Hmm.
Yo, that battle was fire. When Grind Time came out, people would watch 4 or 5 battles in a day.
Because it
I
was
could watch
timely.
two, three. I could watch 2 battles on my way to work. Yo, did you see Cortez versus on Real Deal? Yo, that shit was
Mhm.
fire. Yeah, yo, he battled SoulCon too. Word, yeah, yo, I'm gonna watch that on my break. Now I'm getting more promo because people are watching my shit, and my
Damn.
views are
Damn,
gonna
that's
jump up because
genius.
people are
That's
watching it
genius.
more also. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Like
Hmm.
I don't want, so now all those, you said 84,000 views. Just
Mm-hmm.
as somebody saying, yo, that battle was fire. I might want to go with, yo, now I'm in a barbershop and I'm telling somebody about this battle. They're gonna be like, yo, what battle is that? Yo, this one. How long is that shit? Yo, it's only like 14 minutes. Yo, pop that shit in.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, boop. Let's watch it. Now the views now is more. And if you get a fire battle, people are gonna watch it way more because it's short.
That's so
How
real. I
many
never even
times
thought
do you
about
go
that.
look at YouTube and you sit there and be like, it's 52 minutes?
I'm not
52
watching that.
minutes.
It's too much. Yeah, yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
that shit can sit there and say, bro, that shit can sit there and say, Sue Surf versus Murder Mook, 57 minutes. You be like, yo, I gotta watch this battle, but yeah, I'm only gonna be able to watch Surf's first round. And then I'll try to watch Mook when I get on break, and then on my way to work, I'll pop it in the car while I'm driving, and then once the kids are asleep, I'm gonna try to watch the third round, and then I'm probably gonna have to watch it back like once or twice before I do my recap. So I'll probably do my recap tomorrow night. The fuck? You get what I'm saying?
Yes, yes. That happens all the time.
like you know, but those, but of course if it's Mook and Surf, they're allowed that privilege. They've put in that
Yeah,
work and they built that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
are we doing that for
Every for a PZ the comb captain, the niggas never heard of. Yeah.
no, you know what I'm
Nah, that's
saying?
facts. That's facts. That's facts. That's super
Black
facts.
Shade Baron versus fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out Black
Super
Shade Baron. It's probably a nigga named Black Shade Baron out there. Okay.
Quality
Okay.
Quan versus Black Shade Baron. Like
Quality
what?
Quan is crazy. Okay. Okay. So let me ask you. Should battlers be expanding? So you talked about catalog. Should a battler be thinking, hey, I want to get to a point where I have my own league so that I can own my own battles and then build up my own catalog and then sell it on my terms? Is that what you're hinting at?
It is, but again, if
Hmm.
you're just gonna copy the same format,
Hmm.
it's not gonna
So you
work.
got to
It's
find
not
an
gonna
innovative
work.
way to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Like I salute Easy on the fact that I think he's trying to build the best original roster
Hmm.
and at least build some names. Of course,
Hmm.
URL has too, but URL
Facts.
takes from a lot of the farm leagues and a lot of their
Hmm.
content. Sorry, a lot of their new roster comes from people like us going to different places and hosting.
Hmm.
And then when we host and we see a battle rapper and we think, hey, this person got potential, we try to be
Hmm.
the plug and we get them a tryout, you know. But
Right.
for the
Right.
most part, I think it's the fact that everyone's thinking the same way. Like
Right.
it doesn't matter what I do. I could try to start a league. I have a league, Tears Over Tears. I
Hmm.
tried that too. You understand? My differences was I used to try to tell my partners, I don't want to hear these guys rap that long. Yo,
Hmm.
but this nigga's fire. Yeah, but two of them. It's two people. You need two people in order to entertain. That means I have to depend on your product as well and how serious
Yeah.
you took this. And that is a lot to ask for
It's
some
too
new guys
much.
in the culture.
That's real. That's real. That's real. Okay, so in the Head Ice battle, you talked about battle rap one day making it to Netflix. Did you envision it as the leagues, the major leagues having catalog and putting their content up there? Or did you envision a way that battlers could also benefit from that move?
I definitely f- would hope. Like, and it's the thing. You could sit there and
Mhm.
hope all you want, but it's business. So there's no way
100.
in
And
world. There's no way
business
in
is
the world
about
that if any of
benefiting.
these leagues, there's no way in the world if any of these leagues are gonna sit there and broker a deal and lock
Mhm.
in a deal with our catalog that they're gonna say, yo, cool. You know what I mean? Thank you for your
Mhm.
contributions. Yo, we're gonna give you
Here you
your
go.
masters. That's like
Yeah,
giving me my masters. It's not happening,
it's
bro.
not happening.
It's not.
Damn.
Cortez and Hitman will be somewhere, and I'm not getting a dime out of it. You know what
Damn.
I'm saying? Um, Cortez and Hollahan is gonna be somewhere, and it's clip for that, homie. You get what I'm saying? It's super clip for it. Again, now all I can do is just preach my story and hope that in the future a battle rapper can come along and negotiate that and get that value for when his content eventually gets to that point. But
Mhm.
I don't think any battle rapper that's new has been able to gain that leverage, because now if they're behind a paywall, now it's like they built they were built by the machine. They weren't built on their own. So now the machine has all the leverage. And it's
Damn.
not a bad thing. It's their business acumen
Mhm.
that we decided to go for. You know,
And there's no way to reverse it, is what you're saying?
if I was Sue Surf, I come out of jail. Everyone wants me to battle Murder Mook. Sue Surf sits there and says, "Yo, I got Cortez, JC, John, K Shine, his whole resume."
Hmm.
Um, Smack says, "Yo, we got 40 for you."
Hmm.
Surf is gonna sit there and say, "Damn, I need that 40 ball. I just came home." Smacking them might say, "Yo, we got 20 for you, 30 for whatever they say," right?
Hmm.
Surf's demand, where he's in control because of the demand that everybody knows they want Surf to be his
Hmm.
first battle home. So
100%.
now Surf sits there and says, "Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Put in the contract that I could get my residuals on my entire catalog with URL, or I'm not battling." Now you in a real
Whoa.
negotiation.
Whoa.
Now you in a real negotiation, which is somebody gonna sit there and be like, "What?" Like, yo, I can go and get Mook in maybe another platform, or maybe I can use another investor that I know because I'm Sue Surf and I know a lot of people.
Hmm.
Sit there and be like, "Yo, I want you to fund this battle." All right, cool. Yo, Surf, yo, you just came home. Yeah, we want to put some money in your pocket. All right, cool. Y'all, you be the investor. You know what I'm saying? Work it out with the league, right? And then you go to the league and say, "Yeah, but on your end, now that we got the investor on your end, what I want is, how many million view battles do I have? Oh, you got 10 million view battles. All right, cool. These battles, maybe not all the battles. I want these battles. I want to start getting residuals on them. Oh, YouTube
Hmm.
residuals? No, I want entire residuals. That means if it's on any streaming service, if it ever gets sold in the future, if it ever gets sold anywhere, I want some of my rights back. Or I won't battle for y'all, and I'll take this battle somewhere else. Now it's on the league to sit there and say, okay, or it's on the league to sit there and say, kick rocks. We ain't doing
And they
that.
can't because he's such a shifter. He's such a market shifter. He does have that leverage, actually.
I mean, if he does have that leverage, right, and
Mhm.
he utilizes it that way, if
Damn.
the league doesn't budge and say, fuck out of here, we ain't doing that,
Hmm. Hmm.
then that lets me know how much my catalog is worth. That you don't even want to give me my a percentage. Not even
Damn.
saying I don't want. I'm not getting 100% of my masters.
Just a
I'm
small
telling you,
percentage,
I want
a
20% of my
piece.
residuals, and
Mhm.
you're not coming out of pocket because I just had this NBA player. That's happy that I'm home. He's investing in the battle, so he's not even coming out of pocket like that. So
Damn.
why don't
Do
you
you do
just
you
break
do you
bread with
think
me on there?
leagues?
So then that could be my constant money. And now I
Mhm.
can still do battles. And from now on, when I get battles, I want to make sure that I get my residuals on it. You understand? Now,
Do you
if he
think?
was
Wait,
that,
wait, wait, Cole. Hold on, Cole. Do you think leagues have purposely made sure battlers never know the value of their actual battles?
I won't say that. I won't say that. I feel like that's like
Like, could you
diabolical.
call a
But
league right now and say, "Hey, show me the analytics of my battles"?
no, I won't. I don't have that leverage.
Does
I don't know
anybody?
if maybe Hitman. I don't know if Hitman does. I don't
Mhm.
know if I don't know how ARP has worked. ARP
Mhm.
speaks a lot about that stuff, right?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I don't know how he breaks it down and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I know that he also like sometimes ARP comes across like emotionally invested, where it's like he looks at things as a friendship, but then sometimes he sits there and looks at it as a business. So it
Mm-hmm.
confuses me, like how he looks at things.
Mm-hmm.
But I've done business with him, even though we had a fallout. Like I did good business with him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know
Mm-hmm.
how he looks at it. I don't know how URL
Mm-hmm.
looks at it. I don't know how King of the Dot looks at it. But
Mm-hmm.
those are the three leagues where there are where people have built catalogs.
Okay.
So me, yeah, I have 100 plus battles. I might have 20, 30 URL battles and 20, 30 King of the Dot battles. So yeah, all
Mm-hmm.
my one-offs in other leagues and small leagues, man, it is what it is. I got paid up front.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It
maybe
is
not
what it
no
is.
real value in that. But there
Yeah.
are some battles and some content that will always make some money. You know what I mean? If we go on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook right now, you'll see a clip of me and Hollahan somewhere. Me and Holohan happened in 2010,
Mm-hmm.
2012,
Mm-hmm.
2012,
Mm-hmm.
January 30th or some shit like
Mm-hmm.
that, 2012. So we're talking
Mm-hmm.
about 14 years ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
You'll go somewhere on Facebook, somewhere on TikTok, somewhere on Instagram, somewhere on any platform, and that shit got millions of views. Somebody's monetizing that
But
to this
why should
day.
you why can't you get a report that tells you what the value of that
Because I
is
don't have that leverage.
everywhere?
I don't have that leverage. I just
But
assume
why
like I
isn't
don't
it
have
built
that
like
leverage.
that? Why isn't it established like that to
Because
where
I
because
didn't know
we're
that. Of course, because of course, that you're talking 14 years ago. We don't
yeah.
know what we was building. We really didn't know, and I wasn't thinking forward yet. By the
Mm,
time 2017, when I battled Ice and I started mentioning that, is when my
yeah.
brain really started clicking. Like,
Wait a minute.
what are we
Yeah.
doing here?
Yeah, I mean it's on
You understand what I'm
across
saying?
multiple platforms. You're getting millions of views. Just to quantify it, we're talking TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Not to get in anybody's pockets, but that's your material. That's you. You put that.
Look at
You created that moment. Why would y'all
look at
not have? Why would y'all not be able to eat from that forever?
that's what I'm saying, but that's a matter of that's when it becomes, yo, I'm not sure. Like this is where it becomes, what is it, personal or is it business, right? Because like if
Mm,
I went to a league and I'd be like, yo, dog, we done been doing business already for like 20 years, 15 years, bro. You my man.
mm,
Yeah, yo, bro, we done
mm,
been traveled and went to the clubs and did all this, bro. Like, come on,
mm,
bro. Just, you know what I mean? Let me get my
mm,
percentages. They're gonna sit
mm.
there and say, bro, you didn't sign that in the contract. You didn't you didn't do that in the contract. Now, of
Then
course,
it
this is
becomes business.
2012. This is
Mm-hmm,
2012 that I battled
mm-hmm,
Hollahan. Like, you get what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
2010 I battled Hitman. Like, I didn't
mm-hmm,
know. I was just happy
mm-hmm.
that I got paid for the first time. I just told you Hitman was my first battle I really got paid for. I couldn't even believe that I got paid for that battle. I was like, what?
That's
Oh
crazy.
shit. All right,
That's
cool. Let's go.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
It,
crazy.
it's a total different mindset, you know?
Man.
So yeah, you learn, but it's like the incentives have not changed since then.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So you look back at stories and you sit there with Diddy and Death Row and Suge Knight. Yeah, Suge Knight gave me a Rolls Royce. You know what I mean? But I didn't know that I was making him millions of dollars. So he gave me that Rolls Royce, and I didn't realize that that's like saying, "Yo, here, hold this because I got all this." You
Bingo.
understand? And I'm not
Bingo.
saying they doing it maliciously. I'm just saying that's
It's
the
just
IQ
the
of
way it was
business.
initially set up.
Yes, yes. So like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want any leagues to sit there and think like I'm throwing digs at them. I'm not. I'm
We're
not
just talking
doing
about the
that. I'm
structure
just
of
saying this
things.
is the setup. This is the setup.
Mm-hmm,
And now you have all the leverage in the world, so you're not gonna
mm-hmm,
be able to not that I'm gonna be able to, but it doesn't make no sense to sit there and say, yo, I'm gonna, you know what, I want to do right by all these guys. Because now if you
mm-hmm.
do right by Cortez, you got to do right by DNA. You got to do
By
right by
everybody.
Hitman Holla. You got to do right
Everybody.
by Averb. You got to do right by Math Hoffa. You got to do right by Holla the Dawn. Now
Mm-hmm.
that shit could go from your
It get
pockets into how
crazy.
you're funding, into what
Mm-hmm,
you're funding now.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Or it could be a reality check where you sit there and say, I'm gonna show y'all analytics. We ain't making no money off y'all niggas from this catalog. Cool, you got 20 battles, and I ain't gonna lie, you wanna see your analytics? Well, nigga, you only made us $700 this year.
Oh,
All right, cool.
is
All
that
right.
a conversation niggas is ready to have though?
It might have to be too, because now it's like, oh shit. Cool.
Real
I got
shit.
1,500 for you for your next battle. Don't talk to
Uh,
me about residuals. You get what I'm
uh,
saying? Cause then I
yeah.
gotta sit there and I gotta have that conversation with myself in the mirror, like, yo, dog, been in this shit 15 years and my residual check is only 700. You
Oh
know what I'm
my
saying?
God.
Like, it's nasty
Oh
work.
my
Then I could
God.
sit there and say, yo, you know what, man? Let me clock in. Click, click, let me clock in to work and
Yo,
and be
nah, son, that's
happy
crazy.
that I have a
And be
job
smiling.
that's just sitting out working.
Okay, let's talk about clocking into work. Obviously there was this whole situation with Geechee and everybody had their little think pieces. Free Geechee, that's all to be
Free
said.
Geechee.
Um,
Yes.
but and free Nesto as well. Salute, should
Thank
have
you.
started with that. So let's talk about money management and the reality of battle rap. Because everybody and their mama has this. Everybody that's outside looking in is like,
Has
oh,
an
they could just
opinion.
do 4 battles and make $5 million. What is the reality here financially? What is the reality?
Every league is not paying these guys that type of bread, right? So
Okay.
if again, I can only speak for myself, but yeah, if I battle
Mm-hmm.
on URL twice and I battle on King of the Dot twice, whatever the
Mm-hmm.
budget is that I have with those two leagues, it's not gonna be the
Mm-hmm.
same as if I go to Gates of the Garden and do a one rounder, or if I
Right.
go to I battle and go do a three rounder. It's not the
Mm-hmm.
same. They're not the same budgets, but it's also not the same level. Again,
Mm-hmm.
this is why it should go back to the time limits and certain things. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. I'm getting paid a certain bag because I'm battling on URL on a certain card. So yeah, let me do the 3 minutes, 3 rounds, this. But when I
Mm-hmm.
go to this league and I'm only rapping for 90 seconds, I don't have to, I'm not gonna get the same price, so I'm not gonna rap the same way. That
Got it.
doesn't mean that the quality of what I bring to the table should be diminished. But I'm not gonna rap for 9 minutes, bro. I'm only rapping for 4 minutes. Let me just give you high end quality for
Mm-hmm.
4 minutes and be paid for that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
now you asking me to take a shortcut and I still gotta rap 9 minutes. That makes no sense. But a lot of battle rappers do that because they're living check to check, battle to battle. And then what they're
Mm-hmm.
doing is they're cutting each other's throat. If I'm in negotiation for a battle and then I'm asking for a price, and then this nigga right here, he's just looking for a look, and the league hollers at him and he says, yo, I'll do it for 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And they know that he's a little hot right now because he's on the come up. You know what? Let's give him a
Mm-hmm.
little 1,000. Let's pay this dude this. Yo, call. Don't worry about it. We'll spin a block with you later because I'm
Mm-hmm.
sticking to my price.
Damn. And you're being punished for that.
I feel like I'm going through that right now. Feel like
Damn.
with the
Speak on
year
it.
that I feel like with the year that I had, my
Mm-hmm.
phone should be ringing, and my phone would have been ringing any other time. T Top just put together a card. Calico just put together a card. TBL just put together a card. I didn't get not one phone call. You get what I'm
Damn.
saying? So I
Yeah.
look at that kind of like crazy because out of all the battles that just happened on the TBL card, I think I went crazy against Reed Dollars.
You
I think I
did.
went crazy, and I just showed. And out of all the controversy, I'm the one that had to go to a different venue. I battled
Mm-hmm.
in Philly, amongst everybody that was there with Cassidy and Reed, and I
Mm-hmm.
showed what I bring to the table flawlessly. And I
Fact.
think it was one of the best performances of that night. But yet there's
Fact.
still 4 or 5 guys that was on that card that shit the bed that are booked on these cards, and I didn't get a phone call. I didn't even get a phone call. So that means I wasn't even in no negotiation for what my price would have been.
Damn.
You know what I mean? I was on the card with Ill Will that was very not a very good card. You know, it got a lot of backlash for the
Mm-hmm.
promo and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
what me and Ill Will brought to the table,
Mm-hmm. Undeniable.
you get what I'm saying? If that battle would have
Yeah.
happened, you know, in a different setting, that battle would have been one of the best battles of the year. You know,
Damn. Damn.
you know, the other TBL card was me and Av. That was a great
Mm-hmm.
battle. You know,
Fire.
so
Fire.
you know, I feel like I'm going through that shit right now. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you just get undercut because dudes are just taking battles for whatever. You know, I'm at a position
Mm-hmm.
where I just learned I'm not budging because I just realized that taking multiple battles for less money is not helping. I feel like I have a job. I'm able to sustain my bills. So when I
Mm-hmm.
do step on stage, I can pick a battle that I want and give y'all the best performances from Cortez. And I think people haven't seen me rap this consistency and at this level in a while. Like I show it in flashes, but it
Hmm.
wasn't like consistent because
And
I
now
was
you're
just
on
had
that
so much
level.
going on.
Yeah. But so then is that okay? So if that's the outlook, then you're taking the battle when your price is met, and in the meantime, you have like that's why you call it a side hustle because you're getting your bread, and then you're taking the battle when your price is met, and you're providing the best performance at that point.
Yeah.
Does everybody
That's how
have
I'm
that?
looking at it.
Does everybody have that luxury?
Everybody can have that luxury. You know, there's some guys, if you look at Hitman, or if you look at shit, Hitman, maybe
Yeah,
like those are the
yeah,
only ones that they have stuff going outside that it's like,
yeah,
okay, cool, they could take a battle and they can stick to their price
yeah,
and they don't have to budge. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
But like it should be more battle rappers of my caliber or higher that should be able to just battle rap and be comfortable.